Greetings. And welcome to those of you who are here in person and those who are joining us live stream. I'm Lynn Beckadall. I'm your service leader for today, this 20th of July, 2025. Our theme through July is imagination, the creative power within. Rev Toni's talk today is titled Healing the Imagination. Did you ever stop to think that your imagination might not be well? We're going to find out how to remedy the situation. Now, please put your cell phones on silent, your minds on quiet, and your beautiful hearts open for a prayer to begin our service. As we gather today, we give thanks for the gift of our imagination, a powerful tool for creation and transformation. We release all limiting beliefs and patterns of thought that have hindered our imagination. We open ourselves to receive the flow of divine creativity, a profound ability to envision potential realities. We now choose to use our imagination to envision good, to see ourselves and others as whole, healthy, and blessed. We focus on creating images of joy, abundance, and peace in our mind, knowing that by picturing these divine ideas, we are attracting them into our reality. We affirm that our imagination is renewed and vibrant, a channel for divine inspiration and creative expression. We are empowered to bring forth the good we desire, and we trust in the power of Spirit to guide us every step of the way. We give thanks for our healed and whole imagination, and for the blessings that unfold in our lives now. And so it is. Amen. We are thrilled today to have Rachel Holder back with us as our musician. We will look forward to having her join us on the third Sunday of the month through December. So welcome back. And we invite you to sing along as she leads us in I Can See Clearly Now. And you may stand or remain seating, whichever is more comfortable for you.
Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Straight ahead, nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Sing that one more time. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
So instead of a joke today, we're going to wish someone a happy birthday who has been with Unity of the Valley so long that he must be very old. Happy birthday, Scott Carlson. Should we sing happy birthday to him, Rachel? Can you wing that for us, or should we just do it?
Let's do it a cappella. Are you ready?
Acapella, okay.
Happy birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday to you. Okay, now here's the Sunday school version, too. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you, you're wonderful. God is blessing you now. All right. Now we'd like to welcome anyone who's here with us for the first time, either in the sanctuary or via our live stream, with a special blessing. Or back, since they haven't been here for a long time. I know there's a couple people out there that are visiting back again. Yes. Beautiful. Let's say our blessing together. We offer you peace, love, and friendship. We bless you, and we're glad you're here. All right. Now Mary will ring the Tibetan bells and ring the daily word. Mary?
We now move deeper into spirit with the reading of the daily word. The word for today, Sunday, July 20th, 2025, is surrender. Spiritual surrender is my path to peace. It's natural to have ideas and preferences about how things should be and to work toward the results I want. But I can exhaust myself if I attempt to exert control over my life circumstances. In fact, the more I try, the less control I feel I have. Releasing the illusion of control, I practice spiritual surrender. So much more than giving up. Surrendering my efforts and my hopes to the divine within me is an act of empowerment. It means living my faith that God is in and through all things. It means trusting that there are outcomes better than the ones I have imagined. I surrender to God's peace and perfection within me. I give up trying to control outcomes and relax, welcoming serendipity and ease. Spiritual surrender is the way. And from Proverbs chapter 23, verse 26, my child, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. And again, the word for today is surrender. And now let's bring our attention to the prayer box. I invite you to silently add your own name and the names of anyone in your heart or on your mind who may need prayer support. We know that the truth behind all appearance of disharmony is the divine and perfect presence of God. We call forth within all people the wisdom and strength, the love and peace, the wholeness and vitality of this presence. We declare that healing power, divine healing power, and wisdom is restoring, healing, and harmonizing our world and guiding our leaders for the highest good of all in this very moment. We bless our global family and hold us all in the light of love and peace. We affirm that the requests in our prayer box and in our hearts and on our minds are being resolved in divine timing for the highest good of all concerned. May the love of God enfold us. May the peace of God uphold us. May the wisdom of God inspire us and help us to know in our hearts that all is well. And so it is. Please join me now in our affirmation for the day. Together, I release distorted images and welcome divine truth. My inner vision is clear, whole, and guided by love. And the affirmation for our spiritual center. We give thanks that Unity of the Valley is a prosperous, thriving, inspired, connected community. We are growing spiritually and manifesting our dreams and goals in an energy of love, peace, and joy. And so it is.
This world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find life as it is, go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
Let's go inside. Let's take that deep breath. And with each breath, we find ourselves going deeper and deeper into our own awareness, into our own heart. And with each deep breath, we find a sense of stillness and serenity. And if there's a word or a thought that pops in, we can thank it, acknowledge and thank, and then let it go. It'll come back if it needs to. At a later time. For right now, our experience is one of connection with the divine that is within us, that is who we are. Take another deep breath. And acknowledge, silently acknowledge the divine within you. Accept it. Allow yourself to know at the deepest level who and what you are. Divine manifestations, unique manifestations of God. And as we can move into that knowing, into that level of consciousness, we can in fact feel the weariness, the distress, the doubt, the sadness, the grief, the pain of life, lifting up and going out into that which surrounds us, but is not us. We release it, for it is not who we are. And we know in this stillness there is only love and wholeness. And that is the strength that we hold as we face everything else. Take a deep breath now and move into that silence. And allow yourself to know the truth of your very being. Thanksgiving and a grateful heart. Let us step into the silence. And as we bring ourselves back into this awareness, this time and this place, we do so with gratitude and with a love that passes all that we can know, the feeling of expansive and divine love. And in that we say, thank you, God.
my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 And I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. Oh, I am light. Oh, I am light. I am light. You can sing if you want. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am 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 divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. Ooh, I am light. 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 I am
It makes my heart sing. Don't you know? It's good to have you here, Rachel Holder. Thanks for having me. Yes. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning, everybody coming in off a live stream as well. Glad to have you all here. This has been an amazing weekend. And before I get into all the other stuff we're going to talk about, for those of you who are in the room, and if you're coming in on live stream, do it too, but we can't always see you do it. If you were here Thursday night, Friday night, a whole day Saturday, or part of the day Saturday for our circulation day, would you stand up, please? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Now, for those of us who are seated, let's give them a round of applause, please. These people were amazing They are amazing. But this weekend was phenomenal. Thursday, we brought all the stuff over here from my garage and from Savage and got it inside. And then Friday afternoon, we started unpacking it all and sorting it all. We filled the vestibule out there, packed it with tables and racks and clothes, and we didn't even get to the kitchens. It was in the pod. So we had a pod full and a vestibule full, and we were here till what? 9:30, 10 o'clock. So 5-6 hours of sorting through clothes and things and kitchenware and you name it. And then on Saturday morning at 6:30 in the morning, which for some of us is an ungodly hour because some of us don't do that, we were back here taking all of that stuff and putting it out in the parking lot. And it covered that first part of the parking lot. We had our first customer at 8 o'clock. And we only had what we had. We had Gretchen's car, a SUV, full. We had Jennifer's full in the back. And we had Victor's van full. But that's it. That's all that was left. And Toni, I'm sorry, Toni, yes, you took the clothes. But, that was all that was left. It was amazing. And the people that came through, I don't know. Victor had asked me how many people came through during the day. And it was hard for me to figure because I was not paying a whole lot of attention to the number of people. But I would say at least we had 50 to 100 people come through on Saturday of all ages and all sizes, looking for all kinds of things. And it was a blessing. I had a fascinating conversation with a young man named Aiden, who happens to also, that's the name of my grandson, so it was sort of cool to talk to Aiden. He's probably 6th grade, and he had a little Star Wars, one of the stealth fighter type Star Wars things in his hand. I said, "Oh, you're a Star Wars fan?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, I love it." I said, "Really? Who's your favorite character?" You want to guess? Darth Vader. Darth Vader. And I sort of went, "Really? Okay, how am I going to address this one?" Okay, good. He said, "Well, he was really, I also liked him when he was Anakin Skywalker. Because, then he was kind and he was light then." And then he said, and then he got all wrapped up in the hate and the anger and the violence, and he turned dark. I said, "Really? Okay, well then what happened?" And he said, "Well, at some point, it seems like," and these are his words, not mine. I am not making this up. Some point, he just sort of regretted all that stuff. And he turned back to the light again. And I went, "Thank you, God. I see hope here. I see hope here." This young boy, he said, but it was just, I said, "So where are you in all of this dark and light stuff?" And he looked at me. He sort of grinned. He said, "I'm a little in both of them right now." I said, "That's about a teenager. That's okay. I'm good." But what was so amazing to me was his awareness. His conscious awareness of who he related to and where he fit into that process. And then there were several others. There was little Roman, who was Pamela Marshall's little nephew, and he was just a jewel. And somebody else, I remember now which one of you was talking about the young man that was just so articulate. The child, so articulate about telling his dad what he wanted and what didn't. Well, I don't think we really need that now. He's a little kid. It was an experience. The other thing that was an experience for me yesterday was people who would come in and they would take stuff. They'd have a bunch of stuff. So how much do I owe you? And I say, no, it's free. Really? All of it? I said, anything you want is free. Just get a bag and take. No, really? Yeah, really. And for some of them, that was, they could walk with that. They could do with that. But for some of us, I really feel like I need to give you a donation. And I said, okay, if that's up to you, we would graciously appreciate it, but it's not necessary. This is for us. You know, we're giving to keep things from getting thrown in a landfill or you know, just to keep it in circulation. And it was an interesting reaction and a beautiful reaction. And it reminded me of when I was in Frederick, in Maryland, and one of the first ones that we did of this there. I said something. The woman said she wanted to give me a donation. I said, really, you don't need to, you know, it's just free. And she says, I don't take charity. And I went, oh, because I had never perceived it as charity. It was a gift. It was just, that's how it circulated. But for her, in her imaging process, to take something for nothing like that was a charity, a gift to people who need, you know. And I thought, okay, never question a donation again. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what it's being perceived as. Say thank you. If it's not necessary, but thank you. We appreciate it. And then it triggered on, now we'll get into the lesson. Because it triggered for me, what are some of the things, and we've talked about imagination, we've talked about the power of that faculty for us. The fact that we have within us as creative, unique manifestations of the divine, we have the power to image. And that power to image is what ultimately creates for us. Okay? If we can't image it, we can't create it. We have to see it. And it's the faculty of imaging, of imagination. It's not daydreaming, it's not wishful thinking, it's a creative power. What is it? When we talked about the brain and its role in imagination, remember, we realized that it activates when we get into that conscious level of wanting to reach up into what we would call divine mind, or and pull something out. Our brain begins to work in all areas, and it pulls from memories. It pulls from other things that we have stored to help us create. So, what if the things that I have stored are what gets in my way of actually creating what I want? And we talked a little bit about that. But is it something that the brain, that our conscious awareness, our subconscious, and our stored have gotten so wrapped up in can'ts? I can't do that. Boy, that's hard. Have you heard the phrase, let's get back into the real world, please? How often have we heard that? Get back into the real world, okay? There's not enough to do that right now. Or, I'm not good enough at that to make that happen. Or what if I start and I follow my face, it doesn't work. I don't have the confidence. We might not say I don't have the confidence, but we might say, well, what if I fail at this? Maybe we can't even articulate the concept of what if I fail? What if it doesn't work this time? Because you see, when you were 6th grade and you drew this great, what you thought was a great picture of the front of a deer, and your mama reminds me that it's a good thing we have other artists in the family because you can't draw, darling. When do you think the next time was that I drew anything? But it got it stuck. I'm not creative. And so I didn't do creative things. What are the messages that we hear in our world? in our world. And I went back and I looked at a couple of things. We're going to be doing a class. Oh, another quick promo. We're going to be doing a class October, November called The Trance of Scarcity, based on the book The Trance of Scarcity by Victoria Castle, where she really does get into what happens to our world and to us when we get caught up in this trance, she calls it, of there not being enough stuff. But I went back and looked at some of her notes, and here are a couple. If I can get these right. We think back on our history, our societal history. We know that we come from the Greek heritage, the Greek democracies, those kinds of things. But what was it that really defined Greek life? It was being a good citizen and living a refined life. If you didn't do that, you didn't belong. If you were outside of that, you didn't belong. Now, how did we transfer that into today? Think about that one. The other one is when we get to Cartesian thought, the world becomes dual. It's either right or wrong. Mind or matter, they are not the same anymore. They are not blended. They're different. Okay? That's a new thought, but it happened in that period of time, and we've absorbed it. The other one is, which I thought was fascinating, because I didn't realize this about Adam Smith. I mean, I guess I took economics somewhere in my childhood, but his definition, and I want to just make sure, he defined modern economics as the way to manage scarce resources. And how much of our economic thought and systems have been built on Adam Smith and his teachings. And he saw the world and managing it with scarce resources. Now, I bet if I talked individually to you guys, I could do a show of hands, but I won't. To say, how many of us know that if we had different distribution systems and different mindsets, that there would be enough in this world to feed the world? Yeah, there would. There's enough to feed the world, and probably some left over. But if you take that and the Calvinistic Puritan mindset of you got to work hard, you got to fight for what you want. We've got that in us until we think about it, until we consciously step into that and go, does that make sense? What if that's not really the way it works? What if I really am creative? What if there really is enough? So for me, that type of information, that type of awareness that just seeps in to me over the years, and it's been a number of years that this has seeped in, it gets in my way then when I want to see new possibilities. I want to see it differently. And I get to a certain point and I go, oh, wait a minute, I don't know, man. I probably won't get it right the first time. That's a failure. And what was it Edison said? No, that's just one more way you don't do it. But that's not what got stuck in my head. It was years before I knew that Edison said that. Many years. But what got stuck in my head was, if it fails, man, I mean, if I can't do it the first time, I walk away, because that means I can't do it right. That's what got stuck in my head. My imagination was broken. My imagination was blocked. That's probably a better word. My imagination was blocked because the imagination itself, the faculty, doesn't get broken. What happens is it gets blocked by all of the other thoughts and subconscious storing Think about our principles, our 5 principles. There is only one power in presence, and that is what we life. I go to life affirming, folks, because when I say good, it immediately triggers a duality, and I just don't want to go there. There is only one power, and that is the power that affirms life, which includes death, by the way. But anyway, that's another lesson. Second one is, that's right here. It is within me. That same oneness is within me. It is who I am, in potential. In potential. And the third one is our thoughts and our emotions. So he said thoughts. Charles and Myrtle say thoughts. Create our reality. It creates my reality. And Mary's creates her reality, and John's will create their reality. But when we all get together as a group, we create reality by how we see and how we react and how we build and how we step forward and how we step back when it's time to step back. The fifth one is that we use prayer, meditation, and denials and affirmations. Hold on to those. I'll be right back to that. And then number 5 is you have to live it. It doesn't do you a bit of good, a get a bud, as my dad used to say, get his words around, get a bud, to be able to cite those. Anytime somebody says, what the 5 principles? Got them. You have to be living them. You have to, on the morning, when one of your dogs probably blew out her other ACL last night, and she was jumping off the couch, you have to be able to stay centered and not get all flustered and send energy and look at the next things to do, but you don't get all bleh. That's a little thing. That's a little thing. But it's the day-to-days where you have to take a breath before you say something. You have to be willing to step out with courage and strength. And if I follow my face, what happens when we were learning to walk? You just get up. I mean, I don't know of anybody in here that just stayed down and said, I'm not walking anymore. This is not fun. Obviously, you didn't do that because you're here. Okay? You get back up and you say, well, that didn't work. What next? What do I need to tweak? Okay? So this self-awareness, this awareness of where that is, where those blocks are, is probably the first step in healing these, removing the blocks from our imagination, from our power to create. One way that I just realized this morning is if you could listen to Rachel or India, that's her, sing I Am Light every morning when you wake up, that's powerful. You know, that is powerful. Listen to it every morning or several times and really hear the words and really take those words in and say, yeah, I am not my family. I am not the mistakes I've made in the past. I am not the color of my hair. I'm not these things. I am light. That begins to then restructure and reframe what we have stored in our subconscious, in our essence. It raises our conscious level so that we can be the light. Denials and affirmations are also an interesting one. Something that Unity has taught, and I must say, and I think I've said this here before, first class I was in was Lessons in Truth as a Unity student. And when Catherine Sunderman, who was the minister teaching it at the time, talks about how, well, first thing you got to do is you got to deny that stuff. And I went, hold on, dude. I just spent 8 very expensive years in therapy learning not to deny anything. To accept what was. And you're telling me that I need to deny? It took me 1.5 years to figure out what that really meant. Because it's not about the type of denial that I was talking about in therapy. It's about the letting go of it. It's the seeing it. And then the letting go and saying, no. That's not the truth of my being anymore. I have to first see it. I have to recognize that I have that limiting thought or that behavior. And then I have to say, whoa, no, not me, not now, not anymore. It was in the past. I learned it then. It is not now. Who I am now is, and what do I do next? Thank you, Mary. I take an affirmation that says, this is, I am. What am I now? I am open. I am clear. I am strong. I am creative. Okay? I am in the world, but not of it. Nice affirmation. I am in this world. I'm not of this world. And therefore, I don't get caught up in the obstacles that surround me. I take a deep breath, and I can change it. The thought, the stored affirmation. I now have that in me, and not that thing that was holding me back. And then the third step on this is forgiveness. And I found this one interesting, because I always thought, growing up, that forgiveness was I was going to forgive Mary for whatever she did, okay? Pick on you, Mary. It's what happens when you sit on the front row. That's right. That's what happens when you sit on the front row. Whatever. Mary just did something that really ticked me off, Mary. Okay? It was wrong. So my understanding of forgiveness is I needed to forgive Mary. You know? I needed to forgive her that. And I'm wondering, so now in mending and healing my imagination, I'm going to forgive Mary for something? No. Who am I going to forgive? Me. Because you see, we carry that inside us, and we feel then less than when we've bought into the BS about who we are, and that weakens us further. So the first thing I have to do is forgive myself for being in, for that for years. I bought that. I believed it. I missed opportunities. And I can sit here and go, oh, boy, did I make a mess of that last 75 years. Or I can say, I learned so much. I saw so many things differently over and above those years. And look where I am now. And it's okay. It was a deep lesson. I have to forgive myself for those things that created those blocks. That I, not that that created, that I accepted. Forgive myself for accepting them as truth. Okay? And now recognizing they're not true now. And the affirmation is the thing that is the truth for me. And then I do have to step back and say, I need to forgive my mom, and I have, long time ago, for telling me I wasn't creative. You have to look and see where that was coming from. What was that about? And I found out my mom always wanted to be more than she was. And my mom was a cool lady. If she were alive today, she'd be running some corporation somewhere. She was organized, and she could do it, but she wasn't born now. And she was feeling that when she didn't want her kids to. Anyway, we can talk about that later. But the idea here is that I had to forgive Mom for that. Recognize where that was coming from and let it go. Because my mom loved me. She still does. And every once in a while I'll hear her voice somewhere. So the forgiveness is a two-way street. I mean, it's a two-pronged thing. I have to first forgive myself, and then I have to step out, and I maybe have to look at the world in all its glory and forgive the world in whatever part we want to look at. Okay? And then saying, and I can work with this. So now I understand. And if I understand, I can work with it. And I can know it's not who I am. And then all of a sudden, the imagination just can go crazy. I can see a different way. I can see new opportunities. And it's not a one-time shot. It's not a one-time thing. Because 2 weeks from now, there'll be something I'll give myself hell for. And I have to take a deep breath and say, hold on. What's going on here? Let it go. Reaffirm and step out and do. Because the last step is step out and do. Step out and live it. What a wonderful world it will be. You're on, lady.
With your quiet voice and impeccable style, don't ever let them steal your joy and your gentle ways to keep them from running wild. 'Cause they can kick dirt in your face, dress you down and tell you that your place is in the middle. I see you tugging on your shirt, trying to hide inside of it, hide how much it hurts. Let them laugh while they can. Let them spin. Let them scatter in the wind. I have been to the moon. I've seen how it ends, and the joke's on them. You get discouraged, don't you, girl? It's your brother's world for just a while longer. You gotta dance with the devil on the river to beat the stream. Call it living the dream. Call it kicking the ladder. They come to kick dirt in your face, to call you weak, and then displace you after carrying your baby on your back across the desert. I saw your eyes behind your hair, and you're looking tired, but you don't look scared.
Thank you, Rachel. I had tears in my eyes. I don't know if anyone else of you cried, but it was very powerful music today. Thank you so much for being here. And Rev Toni, I have to admit, when I saw the title of your talk, Healing the Imagination, I thought, well, why would you need to heal the imagination? I mean, isn't that just something that sort of flows through? But very interesting. I really appreciated removing the blocks. And we can imagine it, but then taking it the next step. There's that blockage, and that it makes a lot of sense. It really does. So thank you. I enjoyed that. All right, so now we come to a time in our service. We have the opportunity to give our love offering from our hearts. We invite you to give consciously and full awareness that the act of giving is an opportunity to develop and demonstrate greater trust in God as the ultimate source of all good. We affirm the natural blossoming of our own prosperity as well as that of Unity of the Valley. If you like, hold your gift in your hand while we read together our love offering affirmation. If you give electronically, you may take a colorful heart from the basket being passed and put that in the plate to represent your offering. So please join me in our affirmation. Together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am.
The choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, press the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing,
Now please join me as a community in blessing this offering and good of any kind so generously given to support Unity of the Valley this week. Together, thank you, God, for providing all the resources we need to accomplish our mission of transforming lives. We dedicate these gifts to your service and to the blessing of our larger community through all we teach and do here at Unity of the Valley. Amen. All right, I have a few reminders. We're running a little late, so I'll try to zip through these. Please see your Buzz, the bulletin, or our website for details. Also, feel free to take home the inside of your bulletin for reminders. If you don't receive the weekly Buzz and would like to, you can sign up in the table in the hall or on our website. Remember to join a prayer chaplain on our Facebook page Tuesdays from 11 to 11:30 for partly guided, partly silent meditation to inspire your week. Sunday, August 3rd and 10th, Rev Toni will be leading a two-part workshop, The Power of the Spiral, introducing perspectives on the evolution of individual and social consciousness and its relationship to our spiritual transformation. We will outline the frameworks of conscious evolution and spiral dynamics and the relationship with the 5 unity principles. We'll also explore our own stages of development, engage in collective reflection, and identify spiritual practices to support personal and collective growth. The time is from 11:45 to 2:15. The cost for both sessions is $50, and scholarships are available. Register online or at the sign-up table. Let's spiral upward, folks. Yesterday was our circulation day, and I think Rev Toni covered it already for us today. Anything that was left over was donated to good causes and people who need what we freely gave. Prayer support today after the service. If you'd like one-on-one prayer, Prayer Chaplain Pat Gernon will be honored to pray with you over by the prayer angel. Remember, our monthly potluck will be next Sunday, so bring something to share. Okay, now please stand for our prayer for protection.
And can I have a mic just a minute? I just remembered something that I forgot to tell Peggy. Next Sunday, I expect to be in Chautauqua Institute in New York, and Karen Ani is going to be giving the lesson next Sunday. I encourage you all to come. She is really good at this. And she's going to be sort of wrapping up and talking more about practices for imagination. So Karen Ani's going to come. So join her next week, and and then I'll be back following Sunday.
All right.
Sorry.
So the prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds us. We are that light. The love of God enfolds us. We are that love. The power of God protects us. We are that power. The presence of God watches over us. We are that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And reaffirmation for the day. Let's repeat our affirmation for the day to further embed it in our consciousness. Again, together. I release distorted images and welcome divine truth. My inner vision is clear, whole, and guided by love. And now let's join Rachel on our closing song, Let There Be Peace on Earth.